Hello, friends, and welcome to the Young Living Lifestyle and Business Show for Tuesday. Please bear with me one moment while I share this out. And just share it to some other pages very quickly. And on the page, drink, publish, and share and post, group. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your patience. All right, so today we're going to continue on with Saving Face, a Sensible Way to Wrinkle-Free Skin by Dr. Sabina Daviti. And today we're still in Chapter 5. This is Part 3 of Chapter 5. And today we're going to cover hormone balance. So this is all about skincare and keeping youthful skin. So what I wanted to share a little bit about, I've got a little story about hormonal balance in that this was, I think, about 2009, 2010. I was going to an event and I wanted to get in shape for it. I was overweight. And so I hired a personal trainer for about 3 months and really put in a lot of work, going to the gym, I think 4 or 5 days a week, every morning on my way to work, and working with a personal trainer to get some weight off and put some muscle on. And I did that. I put a lot of effort into it, and I didn't lose a pound. My body really didn't change all that much. But at that time, I wasn't taking care of myself, and from my understanding, because of my body chemistry was so out of whack, I was really, my hormones were really out of whack. And so even when I put in the work, it didn't have the effect. I couldn't efficiently, how can I say, the exercise and better eating didn't change because chemically my body wasn't ready for it. So this kind of covers that a bit. All right. So it's quite interesting. So this is from Saving Face, Chapter 5, Hormone Balance, Other Anti-Aging Nutrients. So we're going to cover other anti-aging nutrients. And I also want to share with you that this has a huge effect on you holistically, particularly also to illness, immune system, and sexual drive, libido, and function. And I've got a story behind that too. So we'll get to that in a little bit. So hormones secreted by the endocrine glands have powerful and wide side effects in the human body, okay? There are depletions in the hormones with every aspect of aging. There's bone loss, skin wrinkling, and degenerative conditions. Hormones are essentially chemical messengers that carry out programmed duties. They can become blocked by mimickers. They're altered or modified by our toxic chemical use of products in our air and food. For example, when estrogen drops, bone density and skin elasticity decline also. Low thyroid results in weight gain, fatigue, and dry skin. Endocrine disruptors, which I think you've probably heard of, have become rampant in our environment. These synthetic chemicals that affect the endocrine system are described in detail in the book Our Stolen Future, Altering Hormonal Function. Also known as environmental disruptors, external toxic exposures from various sources like insecticides, fungicides, plastics, detergents, perfumes that absorb through the skin, birth control pills, hormone replacement therapy. They've all put our endocrine gland system into confusion, our hormonal system, and it's not able to function like it should. All right, so let's cover one of the main ones is our thyroid, and a lot of people have thyroid problems. So Dr. Whitaker reports that an estimated 1 in 5 women over 65 and a significant number of men have low thyroid function. Thyroid deficiencies can manifest as fatigue, depression, forgetfulness, weight gain, elevated cholesterol levels, constipation, dry skin, hair loss, cold hands, and feet. Dr. E. Berg in Healthy Hormones, Healthy Life points out that there are many people in their 40s to 50s who have secondary thyroid conditions due to the endocrine system disruptor overload, which alters the receptor sites in the thyroid, making hormones unavailable. I want to emphasize again, endocrine disruptors. There's just a myriad of chemicals and things in our environment that are causing this. So you can't stop it all, but you need to protect yourself and do what you can to try to minimize it. All right. By detoxing these endocrine disruptor sites in the thyroid, making the thyroid hormones unavailable. Okay. By detoxing these endocrine disruptors out of the system has shown to be a better solution to thyroid and endocrine imbalance. A better solution than synthetic thyroid medicine, I should say. So there is a product called Thyromin by Young Living, myrtle essential oils, Endoflex essential oils. They strengthen the thyroid. There's also another product, Juvatone or Comfort Tone, and essential oils like Purification or Helichrysum, Valor, frankincense. There's a blend called Clarity and another one, Brain Power, are recommended to remove chemicals out of the thyroid. I've actually, I also use a turmeric paste, which I use that I make myself, and I add essential oils too. And sometimes I target those oils to detox a particular part of my system. I'll just have a turmeric tea with those essential oils twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. And I've noticed that I'm able to detoxify different organ systems over time. And when I did target the thyroid system, I actually started to get a red rash here, and that was mainly because it was allowing my thyroid to expel the toxins out of my skin here. And I wasn't applying anything on here. It's just when I took those internally. So you can effectively detox your endocrine system one gland at a time, and you can target those things. And if you have any questions on again, what oils to use for particular glands, I'm happy to share those with you. Just send me a message or in the comments. All right, so the next gland we're going to cover in the hormonal system is the pineal, or pineal. It's pronounced different ways. So researchers have been studying the role of hormones and aging for decades. The pineal gland, the master gland that controls the other endocrine glands, produces a hormone called melatonin. If you didn't know, pineal is in the central brain, your emotional brain. It's also greatly affected by what you smell. So it's been studied for its effects as an antioxidant, that's the melatonin, age reversal, and its effects on sleep and insomnia. It is sensitive to stress, electromagnetic fields, and light. It strengthens the thymus, fights viruses, and rejuvenates the thyroid. It is also a powerful protectant against cancer and heart problems, and regulates cycles. There's going to be one experiment here. I just want to cover really quick the pineal gland. What was the movie? Was it Concussion with Will Smith? And he was studying football players. And this happens with rugby players too, and accident victims. Sometimes when they hit their 40s and 50s, they get into a real depressive state. They were studying why there were so many rugby players and football players and anyone with a repeated or drastic head trauma. Their personalities would change, or they would have they wouldn't live as long, and they studied it back to its damage to the pineal gland in the central brain. So it's very important. Like it says, it's the master gland in the endocrine system. So in one experiment, Dr. Whitaker points out how the pineal gland from young mice were transplanted into old mice and vice versa. So they took the old pineal gland and put them in the young, and the young into the old. The aged mice, the older mice, suddenly had renewed energy and vigor and lived 12% longer than expected. The younger mice with old pineal glands aged rapidly and died prematurely. So essential oils can cross the blood-brain barrier. Blood-brain barrier basically is a barrier with, to protect your brain. It doesn't allow any large particles in. So essential oils the molecules are small enough to grow, to cross that barrier, excuse me, and affect the pineal pituitary glands. Vetiver, cedarwood, sandalwood, frankincense, and blends called like brain power or present time, envision, believe, magnify your purpose, and into the future, those are all blends, are excellent in restoring pineal balance. I did want to cover too, there's also, if you didn't know, fasting, if in lab animals, if the researchers want to extend the life of any lab animals, all they have to do is put them on a restrictive diet or a fasting diet, and they can lengthen the life of those animals by 30 or 40%. And although, you know, I know how people love their food, if you do that yourself, if you instill a fasting practice, it does make you more youthful and extends your life. You can imagine that you could extend your life by 30 or 40% just based on an optimal fasting regime. Look into it. The Fast 5 on TED Talks. There's lots of TED Talks on it that goes into it. I do fasting, and I believe it's helped me stay younger and to build up my immune system, and also treat any degenerative diseases I've had before. Okay, so the next hormone we're going to cover is DHEA, and forgive me, I'm going to try to pronounce it, but it's dehydroepiandrosterone. Ooh, I didn't do too bad there. All right, so DHEA is produced by the adrenal glands and in the gonads. The adrenal glands are above the kidneys. It is a precursor to testosterone and estrogen. DHEA has been shown to improve erectile dysfunction, libido, and sexual satisfaction in older women. It preserves bone density, improves mood, immune function, skin thickness, pigmentation, and hydration. It also increases muscle strength and lean body mass. Before I go on, I wanted to cover, so I told you about, in the beginning, about when I was trying to work out, and I hired a personal trainer and I didn't see any results. I gotta say, after I went to natural health and started using essential oils and to a more of a vegetable-based diet and less meat, implementing fasting within my lifestyle, and just eating healthy and right, using clean water, and then adding essential oils to my daily lifestyle, I must say that, when I was 44, there was how can I say? My libido has always been high, but even at 44, I had performed a feat that I hadn't performed probably since in my 20s. So it does, I know that changing your lifestyle does greatly enhance your sexual function and your libido. And part of that is increasing that DHEA naturally within your adrenal glands and, like it says, in your gonads. So and I also wanted to say, once I did that though too, because when it says it's talking about muscle strength and lean body mass, once I changed that, I didn't even change my exercise program yet at that time, once I kind of changed my lifestyle. But after about 18 months, I noticed my body started changing. I mean, I had that initial weight loss of about 20 kilos, and then I noticed my body actually starting to look leaner. I had a lot more energy, but I actually started to get stronger and have more muscle mass without even exercising more. And then once I did implement an exercise regime, I saw results right away, and I've been able to maintain a greater muscle mass and a better physique just by, you know, minimal 20 or 30 minutes a day of exercise. Okay, I'll get back to it. DHEA, sorry, we're talking about hormones here, but it does affect your life greatly. Dr. Nisi Moore reports many studies and uses of DHEA in her book entitled Bountiful Health, Boundless Energy, Brilliant Youth, the facts about DHEA. So it's considered to be the fountain of youth hormone. DHEA accelerates weight loss, aids in diabetes, has a significant protective role in cardiovascular disease, aids in menopause distress, restores hormonal balance. It aids in osteoporosis, arthritis, multiple sclerosis, cancer prevention, and acts as an antidepressant and helps with the aging and memory. So the next one I'm going to cover is human growth hormone, HGH. Has been studied for its ability to slow the aging process. There is a decreased HGH, the human growth hormone production with old age, and its effects of reduced amounts within the body are shown as fine lines and wrinkles, sagging, baggy skin, fading sexual performance, poor memory, thinning or graying hair, failing eyesight, decreased mobility, cardiovascular problems, weight management, blood pressure, and blood pressure problems. So there have been well over 20,000 studies, abstracts, and reports documenting the many wonderful benefits of human growth hormone. It sharpens vision and improves hearing, enhances memory, it enhances pain-free movement, greater resistance versus illness, so greater immune system, increased sexual potency, diminishes wrinkles much better. It helps you have much better skin elasticity, tone, and feel, hair regrowth, cholesterol and blood pressure improvements. I gotta say, one of the best ways to help your body produce its own human growth hormone I have found is through coffee enemas too, because it stimulates the liver, which stimulates our glutathione and human growth hormone within your own body naturally. All right, but I'm going to cover some other things here that helped out too. So there's a blend called Longevity, and it's the world's strongest antioxidant supplement, which contains thyme oil, clove, and orange oil. So Dr. Radwan Fraga was among the first to show in vitro how selected essential oils were able to significantly slow the oxidation of unsaturated fatty oils, particularly the essential oils of thyme, clove, rosemary, and sage. Semmelweis University of Medicine in 1993 documented these remarkable antioxidant effects. Results from their studies were phenomenal. Researchers found that daily, lifelong feeding of thyme and clove oils to laboratory animals preserves key antioxidant levels in the liver, kidneys, heart, and brain. In effect, the essential oils were slowing and even reversing the aging process. In another study, the same essential oils restored DHA levels in the eyes to levels found in much younger subjects. And I've shared, I think, with you all this before, in that for me, the Ninja Red, the high water-soluble antioxidants, and then the Omega guys, which I take the Omega-3s, CoQ10, and the DHA in them, they've really provided the antioxidant, and they're the oil soluble. They provide the antioxidants to maintain my health. But I gotta say, the longevity capsules that I take once a day, which has got that clove, thyme, and orange oil, would be really, I've seen very much a reversing of the aging process within my life, particularly in the past 5 years. All right. So the brain is another organ where omega-3 fatty acids like DHA are essential to health. Thyme oil dramatically slowed age-related DHA and polyunsaturated fat acids degradation in the brain. In other words, the essential oil of thyme was able to partially prevent brain aging by protecting its essential fatty acids. Thyme oil steam distilled from Thymus vulgaris has been found to slow and reverse aging. Clove oil. Research showed potent antioxidant boosting properties plus anti-carcinogenic agents. Clove oil is the highest antioxidant essential oil, 400 times more potent than the highest antioxidant food, wolfberries. If you didn't know, there's the ORAC scale, which is the oxygen radical absorption capacity scale for antioxidants. It's a world standard. Clove oil measures at 10,078,000 international units of antioxidants for the same amount of like the wolfberry measures at 30,000. So 10,078,000 to 30,000. Carrots are, I think, about at 3,000. So it is the clove oil, besides being the highest antioxidant essential oil, I do believe it is, and I have not found anything greater in antioxidant protection or production than clove oil. All right. An ounce of clove oil, so 30 mils of clove oil, has the antioxidant capacity of 450 pounds of carrots, or about 200 kilograms. 120 quarts of blueberries, or 48 gallons of beet juice. One researcher found that 5% eugenol in the clove oil protected test animals against mutagenic and cancer-causing effects of the chemical benzoprine, which is a huge cancer-causing chemical in a lot of products. Orange, lemon, and peppermint oils were shown to retard the formation of tumors and reduce the incidence of cancer. The longevity blend is available in the gel caps, like I told you I take, containing the thyme, clove, and orange essential oils. All right, so another age accelerator is cortisol, which is produced in the body during times of stress. It is referred to as the death hormone. And at high amounts prevents other important hormones to be produced, such as the human growth hormone, estrogen, testosterone, and DHEA. Another thing that we need to watch out for is formaldehyde buildup. Often they're from perfumes and plastics, medications, building materials, off-gassing of new materials like in cars and fabrics and carpets. You can use purification oil to remove. You can put purification on your feet or over the liver and then kidneys, on the brainstem. Along with that, it also detoxifies the liver. I also put purification in my car, on the car carpets, to just try to, well, it neutralizes smells and makes it smell nice, but it also neutralizes the formaldehyde coming off of that. I recently heard on a show, I can't remember the name of the show, but that morticians are using less and less formaldehyde when embalming bodies because people are coming in with so much formaldehyde already in their bodies from their environment. It's insane. All right, and sorry I didn't get a chance to type up my notes on here, but I wanted to just cover the dangers of synthetic hormone replacement. So many reports over the years have surfaced about the dangers in using hormone replacement therapy. A recent article in Thyme, well, not all that recent now, July 15, 2002, raises again the safety issue. Not only did hormone replacement therapy fail to reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes, it significantly increased the incidence of blood clots and gallbladder disease. This study was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, a 7-year study. A follow-up report in Thyme in July 22nd, 2002 reports again the truth about hormones. A large federally funded clinical trial, part of a group of studies called the Women's Health Initiative, has definitely shown that the hormones in question, estrogen and progesterone, are not the age-defying wonder drugs everyone thought they were. It was shown that taking these hormones for more than a few years actually increases a woman's risk of developing potentially deadly cardiovascular problems and invasive breast cancer. The findings were so striking, the study was stopped 3 years short of its schedule. All right. So that's a little bit about hormones. Please, if you've got any other questions, please put them in the comments there, and I'll be sure to answer them. All right. Well, that's the Young Living Lifestyle and Business show for today. We're still talking about saving face, wrinkle-free skin, and today we're covering about hormones and the importance of them, of balancing your hormones. Next week we're going to be covering about youthful foods and the effects of olive oil and some other oils, and a little bit about strength training too. And that will wrap up our chapter on, what is it? Chapter 5, Nutrition and Antioxidants, which is so important to overall health, but also to your healthy skin. All right, bless you all, and have a good week. Bye.